Kiran Babu from 9th standard. First of all, respected principal of the school, M. Shekhar Yadav sir, and correspondent of the school, Kakamani sir, and respected all the staff teachers, my brothers and sisters. Once again, I pleasant good morning to everyone. On the occasion of birth anniversary of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, today I am going to express my topic in front of you. In the Indian Constitution, there are mainly 6 kinds of fundamental rights are there. They are right to freedom, right to equality, right to against exploitation, right to freedom of religion, right to cultural and education, right to constitutional remedies, and let us know about right to against exploitation. The right to against exploitation describes about the Article 23 and 24. What the Article 23 says, what is the Article 24, and let us know about the articles. The Article 23 and Article 24 prohibits the trafficking, forced labor, etc. And let us know about the Article 23. The Article 23 guarantee every citizen and a non-citizen who were in the India, and it also prohibits from the child labour, trafficking of women and men, etc. And let us know about the some kinds of trafficking, human trafficking like buying and selling women, men, children, etc. And trafficking of women, children, men, etc. And what is to prevent these kinds of activities, the Indian Parliament implemented the Immoral Trafficking Act in the year of 1956. Let us know about the Indian Immoral Trafficking Act. The Immoral Trafficking Act says that the women's, men's, and the kind of children's on the name of jobs, cinema roles for the bright future, they took to cities and the towns and they sold for the prostitution. And to prevent this, there are some kinds of traffickings are there, like sexual assault activities against the law and child labors and some kinds of sadistic pleasure. And let us know about what is sexual assault, forced prostitution, social and religious prostitution, reading rustic writings and watching obscene pictures are the part of sexual assault. And what are the activities against the law? And the trafficking of removing some physically handicapped the children and making them to beg on the streets and forced to beg them to obey and beating the children. It is a crime. And the children sometimes forced to sell narcotics and drugs and removing body parts and doing businesses are the activities against the law. And let us know what kinds of laborers are doing some kinds of works against the law, like Vetti. The children's work without the wages, and some kinds of and sometimes the workers also work without wages. This is a part of the Vetti, and without proper conditions of proper wages and proper working conditions and without proper nutritious food, working is known as Vetti. And what is domestic labor? The domestic labor means working at some kinds of for example, the children are working at the another houses without wages, without doing some kinds of work like washing clothes, washing utensils without wages is known as domestic labor. And agriculture labor. What is agriculture labor? Means doing agriculture work and working the more physical work is known as agriculture labor. And construction labor. Doing the construction work like lifting some kinds of the construction materials are known as construction labor. These are total against the law. And what is sadistic pleasure? Nowadays we observe in the some kinds of entertainment programs like the children tied up to the camels and some kind of animals to run the entertainment purpose, and the children face a lot of problems by doing these kinds of programs. So this is total against the law. To prevent this, the India Parliament implemented the Immoral Trafficking Act in the 1956. And let us know about the forced means the labor who work against their physical strength and according to their economic conditions without their interruption is known as forced labor. For example, at the less than the minimum wage is known as a forced labor. Who is a beggar? Implemented some kinds of laws for the forced labor, like Bonded Labor System Act and the Minimum Wage Act, Contract Labor Act, and the Bonded Labor System Act says that the Bonded Labor System Act abolishes the all kinds of labors in the India, and it also prohibits the forced labors linked with the loans and social obligations. And let us know about the Minimum Wage Act. Working less than the minimum wage is known as according to their wages, working less money is known as the minimum wage, and our parents work at the other houses less than the wages, and our parents work at other fields, other houses, and they do not get sufficient money for their house rents, and let us know about the contract labor. The contract labor doesn't have proper working conditions and proper working facilities and proper payment, and to protect this, the in Parliament implemented the Contract Labor Act, and like equal remuneration. Equal remuneration means without getting the equal amount of salary, both male and female. While the male get more money, he do the more physical work, then the women get the less money than the men's. To equal this kinds of problem, the Equal Remuneration Act, and let us know about the Article 24. The Article 24 states that the prohibition of employment in the factories in the hazardous conditions of the children, and the Article 24 says that no child at the age of 14 are not worked in the factories, mines, etc. And let us know about some kinds of implemented laws for the Article 24, like the Factory Act, the Mines Act, the Child Labor Act. The Factory Act says that this was the first act which was implemented after the Indian independence. The Factory Act says that at the age limit of the less than 14 years, the age of 14 are not worked in the factories, and below the age of 17 are not worked at the night in the factories. And let us know about the Mines Act. In the mines, below the age of 18 are not worked in the mines, and who works in the mines, the workers like they face some kinds of problems without having the proper working conditions and working without proper facilities. They face some kinds of diseases and some kinds of breathing problems and some kinds of diseases like tuberculosis. And to prevent this, this acts should take by the government and should provide some proper conditions and proper working facilities to them. And the Child Labor Act, the children go to the work with for their family purpose, because they do not have sufficient economic conditions for the money to run their family. They go to the work. The parents willing to send them to the works, and to prevent this, the government should implemented the Child Labor Act in 2016. And at last, my conclusion is, in India there are some kinds of problems which are faced by the prostitutions, and the women are taking to the cities and for the prostitution. To prevent this, and we have to protect our constitution and the articles which were given to against these kinds of activities. We have to protect our constitution and implement these kinds of laws. And thank you for giving this great opportunity.